let's talk about the pre-workout and
Yeah.
the fact that it's 99% caffeine free. I always joke because there's obviously a trace amount of caffeine inside of it, but you went non-stim
Yes.
and really focused on cellular energy. So what are you going to say to those people out there who love their stims? Could this be stacked onto a stim pre-workout, or why would someone want to just try this all on its own? How would you sell this to our
For sure.
listeners?
For sure, that's a great question, and I think it has a place for both. And I've been that guy that uses stimulants, whether it's caffeine or ephedrine, going back to the old ephedrine Mahuan days, even. I think there's a place for those things, those ingredients. For me personally, again, this is a selfish brand, a selfish product. I'm not so in love with caffeine, anymore from a stimulant, before going to the gym perspective. I do like my coffee. Don't get me wrong, so I don't have anything against caffeine, but I think we overuse caffeine as a society, generally speaking, right? And it leads to issues, long term. It does lead to, adrenal exhaustion and other health issues. So I think, offering something that provides, that kind of impact, the kind of performance increases without caffeine was really important. So for those that do rely on caffeine, I think it's important for them to give their bodies a break. And just to clean their adrenals out, give their adrenals a chance to recover. So providing an option that they can use that will give them performance results while they're taking a break from stimulants. This certainly fits that bill. For those of us that really don't rely on caffeine and don't want to rely on caffeine for the most part, I think this is an amazing product. For me, it covers two different fields that are related, and I think we're going to see more products like this coming out in the future. But it gives me the performance benefits that I'm looking for in the gym or on the field. I do play soccer regularly, and those benefits are clinically validated, clinically backed by research. And the two key driving ingredients in this are Pico2 and Spectra. Tons of clinicals on both. Pico2, strength increases, performance increases, increased VO2 max. The Spectra is a potent antioxidant. Again, these are both food-derived trademark ingredients, but Spectra also promotes nitric oxide production, which is key as an athlete, right? So you want that vasodilation, better circulation. So that's the performance side. But then the other element to me, touching or circling back to that caffeine and that energy, is that real energy production and that supporting your body's ability to produce, natural energy, and that is from your ATP. So the more ATP that you have, the more mitochondria you have that's functioning well, the more ATP you have access to, right? So that really is the key for long-term success in any, athletic endeavor, whatever it is you're doing, whether it's weightlifting, bodybuilding, playing hockey, playing soccer, whatever it is. The more ATP you have access to, the better you're going to perform. And the better you can perform, the longer you can perform, the harder you can perform, the better your results at the end of the day. So it really, the whole concept complements what you're getting from the Pico2 and what you're getting from the Spectra, right? We've got grapeseed extract at a super high dosage, resveratrol at a super high dosage, astragalus at a super high dosage, and CoQ10 at a very high dosage. These are all clinically validated dosages in terms of their impact on the body's ability to regenerate ATP, generate additional mitochondria, support the antioxidant functions within the mitochondria. I can't think of a better formula, more comprehensive formula from an anti-aging perspective and from a performance perspective. It really blends the two. And we've got beetroot in there as well for additional nitric oxide support and betaine support, which is really important. You will start seeing more products like this. I think the sports nutrition category has been really underrated forever in terms of bringing to market ingredients that have wider benefits than simply on performance in the gym, right? And I think we're starting to see a little bit of that crossover. I think we've seen it in the last couple of years with creatine and its ability to, to help with Alzheimer's and cognitive issues. And I think, this is, again, one of those products using ingredients that are traditionally found in sports products that's making that crossover into, everyday life, so to speak. So I would think this is a great product for anybody who's looking to live younger, longer, not just someone who's an athlete who's looking for a non-stim pre-workout, right? I think everyone who's over 30 or 35 should be using something like this to support their mitochondrial health, for sure.
Well, it's interesting because I think the you did touch on it, but beetroot is probably one of the most underrated ingredients. Like, there's a lot of research for one of the other programs I wrote for one of our courses. There, that just the effect of beetroot in terms of nitric oxide production, but also endurance. A failure. They did a cycling drill. I can't remember the numbers off the top of my head, but the not just like caffeine where you think you can go further, the body was physically able to go further. And I did touch on LVATP and PKTP, not because you're using those patented forms of this ingredient, but that it's apple.
Yep.
That's what's inside. That's one of the core ingredients because that's supplying that. So even though the LVATP and the PKTP isn't stamped on the label, you're utilizing the key core ingredients that are there for that ATP production in the body. So when you combine that with Spectra, which is in, like, we get some really good brands on our shelf, like for example HD Muscle. That use Spectra in a lot of their products. And these are some of the biggest, heaviest dudes in Ontario that train for the Olympia. They're putting Spectra into their bodies. So what you said about the crossover between high performance athletics and everyday antioxidant use, for the guy who plays soccer every Tuesday and every Thursday, there's a huge market for that, and I agree with you. And the funny thing is, you could use this as a pre-workout, and you're going to get some noticeable differences in pump and blood flow too.
Absolutely. I take it every time I go to the gym. I stack this with my superfood. I train in the mornings typically. So I'll add a scoop of my superfood with a scoop of this. They're all designed to be used together. And I hit the gym and I have some amazing workouts with this. I've been training for 30 years in the gym, and I would put this up against any other product out there for sure. Even some caffeinated products for sure. The results have been phenomenal. But it actually the results get better the more you use it. So I would say within about 2 to 3 weeks, you'll feel it the first time you use it, but 2 to 3 weeks, once you hit that threshold there, you really start seeing some incredible results. So.
I think that's pretty good. We definitely touched on the products. Looking again as an overview of the 4 products that you're offering. We didn't talk about the protein, but I think that was pretty well explained in your basic video.
Yes.
If you wanted to give one last message to the listeners, Younited stands for what?
Quality, results, and everything is natural and clean. Anyone can use these products. Health Canada might not like what I'm going to say, but teens right up until you name it, whatever age, safe for everybody. Results, science driven. I can say more and more. The words don't come to mind right now, but I think you'd be hard pressed to find better quality products out there. And again, they're all natural, made here in Canada, small business, locally owned, if you will. So.
Well, thank you, Renzo. I appreciate you doing this. I think, that extra insight into who you are as a person in terms of what set the lineup and also your formulations, hopefully will do a great job of making you feel comfortable making the recommendation to customers. And hopefully a lot of people are able to be helped by the nutrition and the benefits that are found in each of the products. So again, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, Warren. I appreciate the opportunity. Thanks so much.